Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for an OPTC video. In today's video, it is day 2, season 38 of the grandest party of them all. And in today's video, we're going to be using Verse KAIDO, doing a little bit of Emperor action as we did yesterday with Luffy Zorosanji. The rules are actually very flexible this season. For once, we don't have low gear boosted, which is just so nice to see. 4 Emperors or 5 Elders as your leader, and quick DarkSide teammates get level up 3 for attack. Powerhouse slasher driven characters get CT up level 5, HP, defense, recovery, speed up level 5, and then GP burst gets minus 40% and an extra burst charge. So obviously KAIDO being one of the 4 Emperors allows us to get access to an extra burst, a 40% reduction, and actually works really well because Quick and Dex, obviously these 2 teams that KAIDO boosts, and then Powerhouse driven is another 2 like combinations that KAIDO boosts as well. So we have some new behemoths on the scene with the Elders, and then obviously the new quick Gear 5 Luffy. All fantastic characters, all are getting like massive buffs for the rule set. So like the Elders, Luffy being one of the 4 Yonkos now, the Emperors, allows him to get buffed. But like, let's go back a little bit. Let's take a look at some of the old characters. Some of these better leaders, like something like Verse KAIDO, who was running Riot whenever he was boosted within the GP meta. But if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. With that said, let's dive in and see what we can't find. Alright, so we're going to start it off with a St. Ethan fight. It is still obviously very early in the piece, which means we have some retries, we have revives, we have basically everything at our disposal. If we take some L's, we can just jump in some other leaders. A lot of people are using Int Luffy. Just a heads up, Int Luffy is not a Yonko yet, or one of the Emperors. So if you guys are looking at using the old school Int Luffy, he technically doesn't get boosted under this particular meta. And then I'm seeing a lot of Kizaru still, and I feel like Kizaru is probably just like what people were using last season. So Kizaru is still going to be an absolute menace. So we might actually take some Kizarus on today as well. So starting off, like I said, I saw that there is a Dex team in the front, and this guy's kind of go balls to the wall with like everything at his disposal. He has the new Urban and he has the new Worm unit. The combination of Urban and the new Worm, or Peter, is that once the Worm goes and binds himself, Urban can actually take away said bind. But yeah, look, I don't think in regular Rumble the Urban Rare Recruit is going to be a massive play, because as you can see, like, he's just going before the Worm, and then you're not really getting too much benefits out of what he's actually trying to do. However, he does get haste, so then he does something like this, which is actually super actually. This is actually pretty annoying. I totally forgot that he can do that haste ability there too. So we're going to have to now deal with a whole bunch of specials, but again, Dex versus Strength. Strength obviously are very bulky this season as well. And the amount of cooldown reduction you get for Powerhouse characters is actually disgusting. And having Luffy like pop off so quickly, it's so freaking nice, man. Like, it's so freaking nice. All right, so now we get KAIDO's burst ability. Not that it matters too much, because like thanks to the Urban Worm combination that I was just saying was bad, actually just did like wonders for them. So now we're gonna throw our specials back because we managed to survive, which is good. We'll take out Uta there, which is great. Pel's going to come in. Man, the fact they've got specials again is kind of crazy. What the hell? I mean, they've got a lot of cooldown reduction too, thanks to the Worm, but we should be able to kill the entire team here with... oh, beautiful stuff. You'd love to see that. Well, look, the Worm was confused, so, like, it's nothing too scary, but at the same time, it's always good to see that. Upside to facing Ethan as well is it's quite hard for Ethan to get his burst off. He has a very strong burst, but he has to defeat enemies. So if you kind of go in with just like a much better matchup, and the enemy can't defeat any of your units, then you can basically just steamroll them and just take them out like this, and not have to worry about even using a burst under our belt. So very nice stuff there. I think Ethan's probably the weakest of the 3 new behemoths, but like Luffy for me just seems so crazy good. The Worm is just so disgusting if you have the ability to build the teams, but like Luffy just, bro, Luffy's burst does big damage, and his teams are crazy. His leader skill just works so nicely. Let's move on to the second fight now. The second fight is a side-based team. We are using the quick Powerhouse Mend with Pikqchu, Blackbeard, and the new S-Snake, actually. I did one more multi after the summons. I just went to throw one more at it. And we managed to pick up S-Snake. So we'll have a PvP showcase out with her in a little bit. But she's kind of demonic, honestly. Like, the amount of nerfing she does, even if you're not versing shooters, is so crazy strong for this team. You combine her with Pikqchu and Blackbeard, and all of a sudden, like, you're just tearing through lineups. Because that's exactly what this team needs. We need someone that can lower more defense. So then that way we are getting more damage output with Luffy, and Boa. Like, that's pretty much the premise of this particular build. So once the enemy gets their specials ready to go, not that it's going to matter because Luffy just goes absolutely AWOL. Once they get the specials ready, we can basically use the Kaido burst and just like take everyone out like this. Very nice. I don't know. I think the elders might be... I think they can still be forced out, which is kind of cool. Okay, there's the revive, and now you're dead. The amount of defensive drops you get for Boa and Luffy is just so crazy. Downside here is that, like, we're definitely not going to be able to kill in the next 7 seconds. So the downside to this team, whilst it has the ability to wipe enemy teams, if you don't, like, have a contingency plan for the bench, like, you just have to wait for the specials to come back around, which is, like, look, it's not a problem, because at this point, we've already won, but it just can be a little bit annoying. So let's just quickly skip this. Nothing else was going his way, and easy wins. Fighting Ethan's actually, like I said, early days, like, is going to be definitely the easiest of the three new monster GP leaders. Alright, so for the next fight, we have a Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji build. Another character that's obviously getting a boost, but obviously isn't exactly, like, the greatest leader running around. Still exceptional burst power. Factor there is Super Sugo. Been on a few banners now. People probably have dupes. Can be a little bit scary, to be honest, but look, the feature of the 11th anniversary doesn't exactly hold a candle to some of the other craziness that we've seen from GP leaders, but it is nice to see something a little bit different rather than trying to do like Kaido mirror matches or try and take on some of the bigger leaders for our grand party. So let's see how we go here. I decided to run Dex first just because we didn't showcase Dex in that last sort of run. And something I want to highlight with Kaido is that if you have the new St. Peter and you're using the new St. Peter like we are doing on this particular team, I feel like it's probably just better to run him as your leader. His abilities are so friggin' crazy. The nerfing he can do is so damn crazy. And he's just like he's just an absolute freak when it comes to how much nerfing the unit actually gives. So, look, I'm not dissing Kaido here, saying Kaido's bad by any means. Of course, we hit the one character that can't be forced out. Jesus Christ. I'm not saying that Kaido's bad by any means, but I feel like that if you were just going to be using someone, then why not, like, use the worm? Like, it just... to me, it just sort of makes a little bit more sense in that regard. So, look, this is not going swimmingly because we have 2 super specials coming our way, and they are very scary super specials. Roger Rayleigh Gaban, obviously, is not 150, I think I remember seeing. The waifus, though, I do believe that this guy's waifus are level 150. So, that super special is very, very scary stuff. Now, did they take away all of the shields? Okay. Look, not too bad, honestly. For the amount of, what's it called? For the amount of, like, HP cut potential that has. And, okay, Uta just got absolutely, like, destroyed there. Holy. I think they have a 150 Luffy as well. I think I remember seeing that. So, let's sort of see where we're at with specials here. I think we can hold off just a little bit longer. Try and get the... oh, the waifus can't be forced out too, actually. It's a really bad matchup for Kaido, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Having that ability to force out is actually really, really handy. But Luffy and the waifus both can't be forced out. However, Roger can. So can Zoro. So, I guess we could maybe try and tee something up there. Oh, damn. What the hell happened there? Oh, Zoro's counter, of course. I maybe just... oh no, we'll wait. Let's wait and see if we can get the Zoro force out as well. Okay, there's Roger Rayleigh Gaban. How's Zoro looking? I mean, it is going to be actually like a little bit of... it's going to be a little bit RNG seeing as who we hit anyway. So let's just throw this out there, see what happens. Okay, we managed to get Zoro. So that's a big defensive unit that we've just sort of thrown out. Look, we've got no damage because of the friggin' confusion. I think we're going to take an L here. Yeah, we're definitely taking an L here. Let's skip this. Use the burst. Oh, they didn't even use their burst. Free Spirit, man. Free Spirit are actually so crazy underneath Luffy's or Sanji. I was using them yesterday, and yeah, they just... scary, scary stuff. Maybe we should have looked at using more of a powerhousey build for that. Now, apologies about the background noise. Me and my fiance are just getting in the car. Actually, no, we're not, because I grabbed the wrong thing. So, we will be getting in the car in a second. But let's see how we go up against strength. Now, I decided to use the quick team second, because obviously quick versus strength makes a lot of sense. But this guy's using Blackbeard, and the Blackbeard has the ability to just nerf quick characters and strength characters. So, as you can see, Pikqchu in the middle there is not doing too well, but 16 cooldown on our Luffy and our Boa. That's kind of nuts. Alright, round 2, let's try this again. Alright, Utsu is ready to go. I do want to try and save my burst though. Like, if we can go into the back end of the third fight with 3 bursts, it will put us in a really good spot. The new S-Snake as well. So disgusting. So disgusting. Let's get some half stats off. And now we have our big hitters coming in. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, that's a wrap. Even if they use the burst, which they did, definitely not too scary. Okay, so, last fight. The Dex team for this particular comp, I might change, actually. I might move Uta off and just bring in Big Mom Katakuri. I think that's probably going to be a little bit more secure. Uta's great for, like, Assault Rumble and regular Rumble, but, like, when we have so much cooldown going already, I just don't really see a world where we need her charge. But, like I said, we might. Again, apologies for all the background noise, because we're actually out doing stuff today. But I thought, hey, let's just record a GP video on the run, whilst we're moving on to our next venue. Okay, this is kind of scary. This is like, oof. Hey, you get the slashes? 1. Yeah, he does. Jesus. That was the world's fastest burst. Holy shit. Okay. Well, this is the problem with this is the problem with the Luffy burst, right? All they have to do is attack. And the 40% reduction, just scary shit. Alright, let's go. I just want to hit Nami. Nami's the big one. We need to force out Nami. Nice. I would have loved to hit Jinbei there too, but I didn't want to risk. Oh, is this going to kill us? Yeah, we're dead. Let's go again. Oh, I think this is an L. Honestly, I think we're going to have to run this back. Luffy's or a Sanji getting the chocolates. I mean, look. Taking 2 Luffy Sanji bursts is pretty scary. So let's skip this and let's dive back in. Alright, let's run it back again against Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. Now, I'm going to put strength in the front, and like I said, we're going to put Big Mom Katakuri on the bench. Not on the bench, on the front lines of our Dex team. Because Uta, whilst Uta's great and all with her attack buff and shield, and the cooldown reduction she gives, I feel like Big Mom Katakuri, like within this sort of makeup with the extra cooldown we're already getting from the leader skill, I feel like we can just basically rely on that and just use the half stats, the damage that Big Mom Katakuri can do, and the countering abilities of the Big Mom. Her super special at 152 is actually so disgustingly strong. But let's see how we go up against this Free Spirit team once again. Again, this Free Spirit team is a really bad matchup for Kaido. Like, if we lose this fight, like, if we end up losing this, I'm just going to quickly just do, like, a quick refresh. Kaido, like, he's still really good. But nowadays, since the 11th anniversary, the amount of characters we had that have very good GP stuff, which is great to see, by the way, because there was, like, a period in time where Grand Party, like, abilities were just getting completely forgotten. Now, we're in a bit of a world where they're actually giving formidable abilities to particular characters too. So we managed to get the forced out on old mate, what's his name? Pizarro. Pizarro is very, very annoying. He just, like, his special binding and half stats is just incredibly frustrating for our team. The amount of revives that we have to deal with here too is kind of cringe. And are we okay? Oof. Okay. You know what? Honestly, let's just get rid of Pizarro again. And let's see how much damage we can output here. Okay, killing Zoro there is really good. Zoro is obviously a defensive, like, beast for this particular team. And the fact that we've taken him out with his revive is just, it's really, really nice. Okay, that sucks though. That sucks. You know what? Why not? Why not? Like, we could have just waited and then got the forced out, but I just really wanted to try and kill Roger Caban there and the waifus. However, somehow, the waifus died, but Roger Caban, there we go, there he goes. I say Roger Caban survived somehow, which is kind of crazy to me, seeing as they're only like 120, I think, if I remember seeing correctly, and the waifus are 150, so that's kind of strange to me, but look, we move. All right, Luffy, wrap this up, please. Alright, that went a lot better. A lot better. And look, it should have strength is a much better team than Dex. But like I said, I wanted to try and give Dex some sort of featuring in the video, because if I keep running them last, then we're just never going to see them. So makes sense to do that there. So let's throw in the quick team versus the strength team. We saw it win last time, but it didn't have to take any GP bursts. So, I mean, I think it did actually in the end, but by that point, the fight was already done. Once we start throwing out some damage, we can use our burst as well. Everyone on this team is like, or can be forced out, so that's always super handy. Plus, we have so much nerfing with Blackbeard and S-Snake, the new PP legend, that we can just basically slow them into oblivion. That even with the boosted rule set, like Luffy's on 1 cooldown, which is just absolutely disgusting. Like with Kobe on the team as well, like it's just wild. All right, so, how many shooters do they have? 1, 2, 3. Oh, they don't have 5 shooters, so that's kind of annoying. Because I was going to say, if they had like the more shooter like build for their strength team with like S-Snake, and then I don't even know. Okay, this could be scary. All right, not too scary. Let's see what happens with us, and then we have our burst ready to go too. Okay. No kills, but that's okay. Luffy's coming in. Very nice stuff from good old Luffers. Let's let the bench sort of creep its way in. Throw a burst out. Take away some of that nastiness. Not that it matters too much, because the scariest unit is special bound and blinded. Beautiful. And now they're forced out. Beautiful. Alright, that went a lot better, but hey, like, when you got 2 of the best teams in the front lines, being the strength and then the quick powerhouse team, like, it kind of goes a lot more swimmingly. So, let's see what we got for the last fight. Alright, we're going to wrap it up with another Ethan fight. Everyone seems to be just, like, flogging Ethan. But this particular lineup and, like, what we're going up against here, it's a little bit juicier than what we originally saw. But we just won a fight, so our retries reset. So, like, again, if we lose, like, look, fortune favors the brave sometimes, I guess. And once again, I do apologize for the background noise. Shout out to my fiance for allowing me to make this video. It's going a little bit longer than expected because of the death. So she's giving me the side glance, but shout out to her. So let's see how we go here now. I did want to throw a quick powerhouse. Well, let's just call it powerhouse driven, because that's kind of what it is. I did want to throw them up against the side build, because the side build, it's kind of scary. When you've got the death shots of both Kizaru and Garp, yeah, it can be very, very problematic. So we might have to use the force out to our advantage here if we take those shots. Luffy going this early is kind of interesting, you know? Alright. Luffers with that much damage is fucking crazy. Let's throw this out, because I feel like Nami's ready. Yep. Nice. Alright, and that's gonna guarantee us the win. Garp should... I mean, it's a pretty smart play putting the side team first, because like the death shot of Garp is going to help get the burst of Ethan. So actually not a bad play. I really don't hate that. But lucky for us now, we should be able to, with Boa, kill the rest. And hopefully within the last kind of... Okay, there goes down. Just broke... Well, I got 4 seconds to kill 2 units. Oh. We got special. No, they're going to come back. Alright, so we're going to have to deal with Nami. We could just burst and win, honestly. Honestly, I feel like I'm just going to do that. Let's just stop them, because the more units that they kill, then we're going to have to deal with the Ethan... what's it called? The Ethan burst. And I just really don't want to deal with that. So let's do that. Let's take our W. And let's move on to the next fight against Slashers, I believe it was. Now, I would have loved to run this team against Slashers, but I feel like Dex could probably wall the Slasher team. I don't think that the Dex team could do well against the Int team in the back there, where Strength definitely can. So worst case scenario, we just allow this to be like a sacrificial lamb team. Because like there is a world where like a Slasher's obviously being like super boosted as well. There is a world where they just go like unga bunga fast, absolutely decimate us with a Ethan special or an S-Sork special. Shanks can give cooldown. They have haste with with Zoro Sanji. So let's see how we go. This Dex team, honestly, it's probably our weakest link, which is hilarious because Kaido is the leader. Okay, see, like Shanks going there is, it's a little bit problematic for us because now look at that, like, not ideal. We are going to get some action binding off. We're going to get some rollback going, get some forced out going. Okay, hitting Ethan there is kind of interesting because he is a big hitter. Okay, get some half stats off. Kaido, get some kills, mate. Oh my god. Shanks is so close to dying. Alright, let's throw this out. This is good. That was actually perfect. Because now we can get some more forced out and some more damage. Get some damage off. Beautiful stuff. Very, very nice. If Ethan comes back in with a special and then charges us, we're just going to throw our burst out again. And we're just going basically all in on this fight. Alright, Worm's going to help charge. Pel's going to go. Ace is going to go. Hopefully we can kill the 3 units with literally just Pel and Ace. Provided Ethan doesn't jump the queue. Okay. Ace, come on. Big defensive drops. Good damage. Unfortunately, didn't get the kill though. Oh, there was actually one more bench unit. Never mind. Okay. Never mind. But at this point now, like, we're in a really good spot. Literally one more Kaido burst and we should be able to win. So, yeah, having Dex kind of wall out this was actually a really good idea. Big Mom Katakuri now have their super special too. Interesting. I don't know if this is 150. This might not be... Okay, there, it looks like 150. Okay, Ethan's going to throw his special out. Scary stuff. Yep, big damage. Do I even bother, or do I just save this for the last fight? Honestly, no, we'll throw it out now, because if we lose this fight, then Ethan goes into the final fight with a burst, and like that's just so problematic. Okay, we take out Zoro Sanji. Come on. 3 seconds, get the win. Oh my god, really? Sandra Wolf, please. No! Come on, Sandra Wolf. No, Sandra Wolf! There's no special, so I'm not too scared. Man, imagine if like Roger Aguirre had like a super special right there. That would have just been like so terrifying. Oh my god, just yes. It's like, surely Bullet, you hit one more shot on Roger Aguirre and you can kill him. Alright, now we win. Alright, good stuff. Beautiful! So there we go, that is Kaido in a nutshell. Still a very, very good leader. Still one that is obviously, as you can see, we took on Ethan a bunch of times. He's still going to get you across the line, but in my opinion, you're probably going to be a little bit better off with something like Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, if you guys are looking at some of the older characters. Now that we're sort of moving into day 3, remember as well to change your leaders. Again, just try and help out as many people as possible when it comes to this game mode, because, look, it's quite a lot of gems. Like, you get 50 gems, so help everyone out where you can. And the easiest way to do that is to just change your grand party leader. But that's going to do it for me today. Big shout out to my fiance once again. Thank you for putting up with us. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Best of luck in the rest of your grand party fights. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Let's